Welcome to Kusum.net. This is ASP.NET MVC tutorial and you are watching part 36 HTML.textbox versus HTML.textbox4 and HTML.dropdownList versus HTML.dropdownList4. In this session you will learn difference between textbox4 and textbox and dropdownList4 and dropdownList HTML helpers. Okay. Before watching this video, please watch my part 33, 34 and 35. In part 35, I was explained about how to set an item selected when drop-down list is added. Okay, which are which data is coming from table and set the value to selected for that. Okay, so that was I was explained in that part 35. So today we will see how to write this drop-down list and drop-down list for and text box for and text box. Okay. For that, let's flip to the Visual Studio and let's see. Here I have one index method inside of my default controller. Okay, so I want to display one text box and one drop down list. So drop down list I will take data from TBL department, whichever I was explaining in the last session, and the text box data I will take from that company class. Now I will first create the company class where I will create inside of the models. Okay, so right click it, add class, give the name company.cs. Now inside of this class company I will create I have already typed the code, so no need to type again because there is time limitation. I will create this class using this code. Okay, inside of this I have added here private string name and created this constructor here about this company class. So inside of that I have passed this string variable name and this means I have compared this variable with this parameter. And for list of department, this list of department is coming from department table which I have inside of this model1.dmx. Okay, this is my department table, and to get into this one company class. Okay, so that we can create only one model name company model. Okay, so inside of company model we will add that company name and this department name. So I have created here public list of department from department table, the list as a departments, get the value from it using these entities and return the list of the department. And for the company name we have created same like this public string company name, get and set the value, return name, this private string, and set the name as a value. Okay, so this class will be used as a model. Okay, will be used as a model. Now go to the controller side, write the method here inside of the index. I will write index method for drop down list and text box 4, sorry, text box only, not 4. Okay, so I will execute that company class, company equal to new company. Okay, and now write the viewback property, viewback dot company name equal to new viewback dot company name equal to. Okay guys, now inside of this company I will pass the name kusum.net because you know one parameter have passed in the class this. Okay, string name in the company constructor. So I have passed here the name. Okay, this class, this method is for that text box and drop down list. Okay, controls. Now create index, add new. For this text box and drop down hard coded control, we will use this and not create any model for it because this is hard coded. Okay, and create this. So there is no model required for this. Now, now I will generate that text boxes I have created already. Please, so see here. I will paste that and right. This is text box and this is drop down list. And the company name as a name property and string viewback.company name to require the company name from here. This okay. Where this one viewback.company name and for drop down list departments is the name and select department is the optional label. So viewback.departments and here is departments and here company name and here also company name. It's okay, no problem. Now, so let's check the value for it. What the output? Why this error is generated? The name HTML does not exist in the current context. Right. All right. You can see here text box and drop down list, name property, and this optional label. And when I run the program, it displays this output. Okay. Text box name is kusum.net and this properties. Now I will create one another controller, another method for text box 4 and drop down list 4. This was for text box and for list box drop down list. Okay, so let's create method one another. Give the name index 4. Okay, change the name property index 4. Okay, and for this I don't require this view back. Okay, because this is strongly tagged, and I will pass this object inside of this return view. You can see here I have not passed the object here all into view back, but here strongly typed there is passing object in the return view. And when I will create the page for it, I will generate the model how select list or empty and here what is company. Okay, company web application 19 dot models. This is my application name and dot models. So leave this data context class add. Okay, you can see here now my model is added because I want to type strongly typed view. So I have created already. Let's let and paste it. So this is my 4 control and I will paste here. Okay, this is text box 4 and this is drop down list 4 and I have used this lambda expression here. This is strongly typed view. Okay, to got the name m lambda expression m dot company name and for departments new select list model dot departments id name properties and optional label, right? Now run this program and check. So HTML text box and HTML drop down list are not strongly typed, okay, and hence they doesn't require a strongly typed view, okay. Means this means that we can hard code whatever name we want inside of the index method. On the other hand, HTML textbox 4 and HTML dropdown list 4 are strongly typed. Where strongly typed? In the view side, and require a strongly typed view. And the name is inferred from the lambda expression. Inside of the view, we will use this lambda expression for strongly typed view. And inside of the controller method, we will pass the object of the class. But in drop-down list and text box, we doesn't pass that company object, just use the viewback properties. So strongly typed HTML helpers also provide compile time checking. Means I will show you now. Since in real time we mostly use strongly typed views, prefer to use HTML.textbox4 and HTML.programList4 over their counterparts, because the strongly typed views using drop-down list 4 and textbox 4 that are giving compile time error, so we are mostly use this strongly typed controls, okay. Whether we use HTML textbox and HTML drop-down list or HTML.textbox4 and HTML.drop-down list 4, the end result is the same, that is that produce the same HTML. Strongly typed HTML helpers are added in MVC2. Okay, let's check the output for strongly typed view. Okay, same output, right? And inside of this view page, you can see here, this, okay, the same HTML tag here. Input ID equal to company name equal to company type, value property, and for drop down list select an option value properties, okay, for this strongly typed. And for that, this is for index pro and this is for index, okay. Inside of this page source, you can also see, here the same output HTML. So at last, all the code for strongly typed or either strongly typed or the hide code that will be converted into the HTML tag. This is the same code generated by that index method, index view page, and for index 4, this is same page, same code is generated at last, okay. So, and also why we prefer strongly typed, because it checks compile time error. How? Let's see now. Inside of company class, I will change this department's name as department S1, okay, S1. When I change this name, this index view have no error, but this index 4 view have error shown. So this strongly typed view check at compile time, okay, and hard coded view not checked at compile time. So we prefer to use strongly typed view, okay. And this is the code for strongly typed. So this is the end of session. Thank you for listening my video. Have a great day.